Chapter 15, Benefits of Drumset. There are many benefits to being a drumset performer that you cannot get with being the member of any drumline. The first big one is that you have the freedom to control your instrument's voice the way you see fit to the best of your ability. As a drumset performer, you will typically be the only percussionist in the ensemble, whereas in a drumline, you can be in a percussion ensemble that has potentially more than 24 percussionists and drummers. In a drumline manager keeps order by defining what every member of what the ensemble will play. Every note, every visual embellishment, and every marching maneuver will be extremely defined by written music and verbal command. A great drumline manager will ensure that there is no room for error by having every possible mistake thought of ahead of time and make preemptive corrections for the ensemble. As a drumset performer, it's important to not stand out in a negative way, but you will be most of the time unique to the rest of the ensemble you are playing with. A drumset performer has the ability to be creative while the drumline member acts as part of a rather large playback mechanism for the drumline manager, with virtually no creative input allowed. A drumset performer can develop a great amount of creativity, which can be very useful in composing music for a drumline. A drumset performer can also develop a great sense of independence, which proves useful when learning intricate flam patterns and drumline parts that groove. As a drumset performer, you have independent thinking at your disposal, as you are free to listen to whomever you want on the stage, staying in the pocket at all times to the best of your ability. In a drumline, you are told where to listen and what to watch. If your segment leader messes up and locks in with an incorrect group of musicians, and you know a mistake is imminent, you must stay with your segment leader, causing your entire section to be wrong, but wrong together as a team. As a drumset performer, you have a name that will most likely be announced on stage and in programs from time to time, as well as magazine reviews. As a drumset performer, you get the individual credit for your work, and your name gets marketed, which will help you get further work. In a drumline, your individual name gets no recognition, as you're part of a collective consciousness in which only the drumline manager and his staff, who may never play a single note in public, gets all the recognition. As a drumset performer, you are responsible for maintaining the tempo, while only key members of the drumline watch the drum major, whom controls the tempo for the entire marching ensemble. A challenging position is the drumset player for a pit ensemble, if one is present. A pit ensemble is all of the keyboard and auxiliary percussion on the sideline of the football field. The pit ensemble does not look at the drum major at all and must often rely upon the tempos coming off of the drumline. So if the drumline is off, the pit ensemble will be off. So, if you are the drumset player for a pit ensemble, you are one of the last people on the tempo controlling food chain. You can be a very experienced drumset player and have a very difficult time in this extremely submissive role, which could make the best drumset players in the world feel like a rubber band at times. The most important part of being a drumset performer is the ability to feel groove and express your groove onto others by means of danceable drumset beats. The groove is a living, breathing pattern of notes that can drive people from a slow dance to a frenzy and back again. When a drumline produces a series of beats that create an intense, crystal clean groove, it can be an overwhelming experience for members and spectators. Even though what the drumline grooves on is a pre-programmed pattern with no spontaneous changes, some feel its powerful nature blinds drumset with the power of 1,000,000 suns. The ability to groove is reliant upon feeling and phrasing. Teaching someone to truly groove is like teaching someone to love. It is rather intangible, but many can talk for hours upon hours about what it means to them. I personally hear grooves from every combination of sounds possible, from people talking, to car wrecks, to sounds in nature, to my son Evan crying or speaking. Here are some sampled sounds, how I feel them, phrase them, and groove to them in a musical context. I hope you enjoy these samples. They were a blast to record.
Over. Game 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 over.
The best benefit I can tell you about Drumset is that your passion can pay your bills if you manage yourself correctly and nurture your business relationships with great care. Why do something for a job that you don't love to do? Just for the money? Do what makes you happy and adjust your expenditures in order to adjust to your new career as a professional drummer if you so choose. It's really self-rewarding to be many years past my age-out year with Drum Corps International and come home with money every time I play the drums. If you are happy, the people around you are happy, and life becomes great. I don't look for the clock to know when the workday is done. I don't dread Mondays. I'm not rich, but I'm happy because I love the drums and I depend upon them, which makes me, by definition, a professional. Do you love what you do? Are you working hard on your dream by developing your career or supporting someone else's dream by working a job? How much drive do you really have to do what you love to do in order to pay your bills? Are you truly happy? My family and I are very happy. My lesson is this: if you are not happy waking up every day knowing that working is a pleasurable experience, then perhaps you need to evaluate not just the what and how, but more importantly, the why of what you do.